Or if you want to go ahead and elect for euthanasia, then we could just do euthanasia today, which would be about $82.50.
Euthanasia is when you put them to sleep?
Mm-hmm. When you put them to sleep, yes.
Yeah, I'd rather just do that.
Do that? Okay, sounds good.
Hello everybody, happy Thursday. I know this is not the vlog that y'all were expecting, but I am at the vet with Chosen. I'm so sad that my bearded dragon is sick, you guys. Like, I drove an hour to come over here to the vet. Like, why they don't have reptile vets closer, I have no idea. But I'm about to take Chosen inside to see what they say. Hello. Chosen. What the previous is or what it is now?
Currently now.
It was in the green, so less than 30. It's at 100 to 120, 100 or something like that.
A few moments later.
Because Google tells us one thing, people at Petco tell us another thing, and we're just like, what's the temperature? I'm like so excited about having a little reptile, and this is my first animal ever in life. Yeah, and I'm 28, so I was like, I gotta go take it to the doctor. You're like, what's going on? What's going on?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. When was the last time he ate?
I fed it a worm that I visually saw it eat the day before yesterday.
The day before. Okay.
And those crickets have been in there, but I don't know if it ate it or not, or if the crickets are hiding. I didn't even bother to like shit around. Yeah, I just was just like, yeah.
No, that's how it goes. Whenever I feed crickets, it's like, where did they go? Did you
where'd
eat
they go?
them?
Did you eat it or no?
How's his energy level been?
Low.
Low, okay.
Yeah. Very like fatigue. It'll just stay in one spot all day.
Okay. And do you have a UVB bulb in there right now?
Yes.
Okay. Is it like a lamp or is it like a
It's a lamp. Should I get a bar one?
In the future, yeah.
Yeah.
But right now, I don't think that's what's causing it right
Okay.
now. So, but we'll go ahead and send you like a care sheet and everything.
Okay.
Talking
And then
about
everything we go over
this.
today, you can put in notes so I can show
Yes.
my boyfriend. Okay, cool.
All of this, I'm gonna send you some discharge instructions. That'll be
Okay.
like a care sheet and then like specific notes we touched on.
Okay.
I'll note on the actual
Okay,
email.
great. Oh, this is great.
And then otherwise, any sort of coughing that you've seen or like bubbles going from
I
your
haven't
mouth
seen
or
no
anything?
bubbles, no.
Okay.
Just now, it's when I was driving here, I saw it having its mouth open, and I hadn't seen that before. It was like just having it open with its tongue kind of out.
Okay.
So, but that's, besides that, it's just been what it has been.
Okay.
The stomach contracting, the throat's going up, yeah.
Like pulsing out, yeah.
Pulsing out, yeah.
And then otherwise, have you seen him drink at all?
Yes, yesterday though.
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
And then this morning, it was by the water.
Mm-hmm.
But just standing there.
We're gonna go ahead and just start off with the exam itself. We'll
Okay.
go about 79 for that today.
Okay.
And then other than that, we'll talk about any questions you have.
Okay.
We'll go in depth about what's going on, if there's any future tests we need to run, and kind of go from there. Okay.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. Well, then
Thank
just give me
you.
a few minutes. I'll
Okay.
be right back.
Hey, girl.
Are you ready for the vet?
Yes, she just left the room. She's gonna come back with the scale, girl. I'm here with Chosen, girl. Look. My little baby sick. That's literally. I really hope they can fix it, whatever is wrong with it. I love Chosen. Remember how scared I was of it?
It's not their first rodeo, but they can fix it.
A few moments later.
We're depressed.
This is what it was doing.
So there's
I'm
some
so
sort
sad.
of these little bubbles.
I saw that. Yeah. It's amazing how y'all know how to do all this. I am blown away.
The exotics are intense. There's just so many species. Try and look, oh, I don't like that. So I'm a little worried about this too. See?
That's what I told him too, that was probably something bad.
Okay, so his prognosis is kind of guarded. His odds of making it through this
Okay.
are not great.
Okay.
He's a hatchling. Reptiles have a ton of eggs and a ton of babies because a lot of them don't make it.
Okay.
We know in sea turtles, for every one sexually adult sea turtle, it takes 5,000 to 10,000 eggs. Most of them will die before they reach sexual maturity.
Oh, wow.
It's the same thing in
Reptiles.
Yeah.
So this was probably a one from the Bad Batch?
Yeah. We already have a respiratory infection, and this looks very suggestive of something called yellow fungus.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fungal disease. We can test for it. we need some of these crusties to send off to the lab. It's $200 to test for it. If it comes back positive, then we would need to put him on long-term antifungals. This is not normal. This is a debilitated hashtag.
Oh my God.
Right? So he perks up, when he first got out, he perks up, but look at him. He is gasping for breath. He's completely out of, just me holding him has zapped his energy. Unfortunately, in hatchlings, there's also a viral disease called atenovirus that just causes kind of failure to thrive. It's like anybody who has, like HIV in people, or what else do people get? Hepatitis virus.
Yeah.
Like
hepatitis.
Viral disease. You're susceptible to all sorts of other things. The fact that he's getting a respiratory infection and potentially a fungal infection suggests he may also have this underlying viral disease.
Oh.
I'm happy to try and treat him. I just
But
want you
if
to know.
there's no point in doing all that if the survival rate is not going to be what
It's not going to be great.
Yeah.
You're better off when you get a bearded dragon to go through a breeder and buy one online, because they'll often keep them until they're bigger. Like this guy, what does he weigh? 5-6 grams.
Yeah.
If you wait, like breeders will kind of watch and see. Some of them aren't going to make it, but if they get up to like 15 to 20 grams, then they'll sell them to you. And the prognosis for those guys is a lot better, because all the little babies that weren't ever going to make it,
they just die off. Okay, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
So
I'm glad you told me that though, because I didn't even know. I mean, I've seen on Instagram people that breed them, but I didn't know that you could actually buy them from other people. So that's probably a better bet than getting it from like a Petco or something.
I mean, I work with the employees at Petco and PetSmart are some lovely people who love animals. Otherwise, they wouldn't want to work there. But corporate ultimately is looking for the least expensive source of bearded dragons. So you're probably getting them not from the best breeders, but from the breeders that are selling them for the least.
And doing the bare minimum with them.
Right, because they're selling them for $30 to $60. So what are they getting them wholesale from these breeders? Whereas if you buy them on the internet, they're normally a couple $100.
Right, but you're gonna get but you're getting what you pay for.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense. So how long do you think it has?
I mean, it depends on how you want to treat this. I mean, if we can certainly. Good job.
I chose
normal. If we're going to treat the respiratory infection, we need injectable antibiotics for probably at least a month. We can test for this, or we can empirically treat for it. It's always better for me to know if they have this disease, because they often need to be on antifungals for several months. The antifungals have to be specially compounded, because we're obviously too small to take like the drugs that exist naturally on the market. It's going to be hundreds of dollars with a prognosis that's kind of meh. And if they're, to really do it right, you need viral testing, fungal testing, antibiotics, antifungals.
It's a lot.
And at the end of it, you still could have, if he has atenovirus, he could be one of these bearded dragons that like has a lifetime of
problems. Oh yeah, we don't want that. Damn, that sucks. But I'm so glad that I found that out though. I didn't even know that was a thing that they. Yeah.
It's a different strategy. Human beings and elephants, we have like 1 or 2 babies at a time. You invest a tremendous amount of energy into them. Like that's a different strategy. Reptiles just like make a ton of eggs and hope that
one of them makes them.
Yep, it's just a different way of doing things. I can send you my care sheet. You're right. They need a spread. So you want like a really hot side,
a
really
cooler
cool
side.
They sell a little gun that you can check. It's like a little infrared gun. It's a little red spot. You can check basking temperatures versus air temperatures.
Right.
They need to eat leafy greens every day.
Okay. Yeah, I know it eats leafy greens every day. Yeah, I'm make sure it eats that.
Insects need to be gut loaded and dusted. Gut loading, you get like a special powder.
And
for like
is that the calcium?
Yeah, but it's like Fluker's high calcium.
It's called gut what?
High calcium gut loading. So for like a day or two before you take you have your big bin with all your crickets, because this guy would eventually, if he was healthy, start eating like 50 small crickets a day.
50 small crickets a day?
Yeah, he should be eating bugs 2 to 3 times a day.
Well, it was eating bugs, but it wasn't eating crickets all day. It was eating like mealworms. So I got a subscription from herpcare.com, and it asks how old your bearded dragon is. If it's 0 to 3 months, it gives you like hornworms, like the small ones, mealworms, dubia roaches, and something else. And it has a paper that tells you what to like feed it this on day 1, this on day 2, and it's a weekly subscription. And then on the side, I'd get like crickets, like the small ones, like you said, and then I'd throw lettuce around inside. So I was doing all that. You know, I wasn't feeding it 50 crickets a day, but now I know.
But when they get to be
when they get bigger, yeah.
Like a juvenile, we'll eat you at a house and home. They eat an insane amount. You're doing good on the variety, but all of those bugs are going to be nutritionally deficient, except for black soldier fly larvae, unless you're gut loading them and dusting them.
Okay.
So you got to feed them. Like when you get your bin, you can feed those guys. Watch out, he has little bursts of energy. He goes from being super depressed
to
like
running all over
running.
the place. Yeah.
I know. I just need
So like you can put them in a big bed and feed them like kitchen stuff, but then for like a day or 2 before you feed them to your reptile, you want to put them in a smaller container and just feed those guys nothing but the gut loving powder and water, like on a cotton ball.
Okay.
And then right before you feed them, you want to dust them in calcium, no D3.
Okay.
Pretty much every time, and then like twice a month, you do a multivitamin with D3.
Okay.
You can overdose on D3, and since you're doing a ton of calcium at the beginning, you don't want to be doing a ton of D3.
Okay.
All this is written down in the care sheet.
Okay.
Don't stress about it.
Let me get you an estimate for like doing it right. I'm a veterinarian. I always have a plan B. So if you guys want to treat, but you don't want to do all the tests, like I can try that. But
I'm just thinking long term, like realistic. Like if I'm gonna fix it, I'm gonna fix it. But if the survival rate isn't, or if it's gonna have long term, I'm not even gonna risk it.
Yeah. You're gonna really not know if he has a titanovirus, and then have a lifetime of issues.
Yeah, I don't even want to risk. Dang, Chosen. I'm sorry, kid.
Give me a few minutes. I'll be right back.
Okay. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
This sucks, y'all. No, I cannot believe Chosen's dying. This is so crazy. I'm so sad about Chosen being.
I've got 2 different plans here for you.
Okay.
This is if we wanted to go ahead and try to figure out what's going on exactly. We could do the atinovirus, do the MyDog testing for the fungal yellow fungus, and then send out a fecal, see if he actually has coccidia, and just preemptively start treating him with antibiotics.
Mm-hmm.
That'll put you at a total of $649.87. Or if you want to go ahead and elect for euthanasia, then we could just do euthanasia today, which would be about $82.50.
Euthanasia when you put him to sleep?
When you put them to sleep, yes.
Yeah, I want to just do that.
Do that. Okay, sounds good. Do you want him to be cremated, or do you want to take his body home?
I'll take his body home. Okay. Yeah, I'll bury it.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, I'll just bury it at home. Oh, this is so sad.
I'm sorry. These small reptiles, at this size, they can be so hit or miss. All right, well, give me a few minutes then. Basically, the way this will work is I'm gonna have you sign a little bit of paperwork.
Okay.
You can spend as much time as you like with him, and you can be there for the sedation, but you can't be there for the final injection.
Okay.
Just due to his size right now.
Okay.
And then typically we have you pick up the next day because reptiles are so slow to do anything.
To do anything? Okay. So I'd have to come back tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have to drive back down here again tomorrow.
Yes. Give me 1 second. I forgot you live so far away.
Yeah, I live an hour and some change away.
Mm-hmm. Give me 1 second. Let me talk to Dr. Miller, see if there's any way I can get you out of here today.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
Y'all, I did not come here expecting that Chosen was gonna die. I have to put Chosen down, you guys. It's so sick. Let me flip the camera and see if y'all can see. Baby Chosen. It's not doing good.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm actually glad that it's here and it didn't die on me at home. I would have freaked out if it died on me at home. Yeah.
It's almost worse that way.
Yeah, because then it's just like, at least here, it's like, I know what's going to happen. Yeah.
No, I understand.
And I'm so sad, but it's not as bad as me like waking up and it's like, oh shit, it's dead. You know what I'm saying?
I lost him. Yeah, that makes
yeah.
sense. And I'll be right back.
Okay.
You want me to take him back now?
Yeah. You take it back now. Bye, Chosen.
Baby. Thank you.
Thank you. I gotta take Chosen home and then I'm gonna have a little ceremony for it. Oh, I cannot believe Chosen's dying right now.
Make sure you clean all his enclosure.
Right,
with
so there's no
bleach.
sign of the other one. Okay.
Make sure that sits for at least 10 minutes before you let it dry.
Okay.
And they pretty much normal cleaning stuff.
Right.
And then beyond that, whenever you get your next one, we'd love to see him for just a wellness. It just
Okay.
if you do
Yeah,
that,
of
bring
course,
other
yeah.
people too, so.
When what age would you guys prefer for me to buy one at? Like, what is the monthly age where you think I would have less? Because I don't even know how
6
small.
months.
Like 6 months. He's like maybe
like
1 or 2.
2
if
months,
that.
I would say, if that, maybe a month.
So try to get like 6 months.
4 to 6 months.
4 to
would be
6.
better.
Okay.
I think going through a breeder would be your best bet. Just
Yeah,
because they can, like,
for sure. Because they can
monitor them
Right.
and be like, okay, yes, they're old enough that they're going to
can stand
leave
on their
now.
own. Yeah.
But I'm gonna send all that paperwork out. Just so if you have any questions, feel free to contact us.
Okay.
And then I'll also write down it's like 1 to 10. The
Mhm.
ratio is for bleach, so I'll write
Okay.
that down as well.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much.
course,
Thank you
I'm
guys.
so
Really,
sorry.
it's okay. I'm so glad you guys educated me though, and I got answers.
So-
And
For your next beauty, we'd love to see him.
yes, I will for sure. I will. Thank you so much.
Of course.
5 hours later.
Oh, I'm bad as fuck. Y'all, we're trying to find something to put Chosen in before we put it to rest. Do you have your e-tool? Yes, you do, nigga. You guys, I want to put Chosen on the camera, but I don't. Y'all look. Y'all can't see because of glare. Oh yeah, you can. My baby. I was just telling Anthony right now before I turned the camera on. I was in the shower and I was crying because I was like, dang, like having to be that person to make the decision whether somebody lives or dies is like the worst position to be in. You know, like who am I to be like, oh yeah, you know? But Chosen would have literally suffered its entire life if it didn't be put to rest. Like I made sure, like I told her, I'm like, what is the survival rate? Like after I got off the vlog with y'all, I was like, what is the survival rate? Like if we had to take the L with that 600, she was like, there's a 20% chance that Chosen's gonna live through this. And if Chosen did live, it was gonna have a lifetime full of problems. So yeah, we had to put Chosen to rest, but nobody will ever replace Chosen. We're gonna get another bearded dragon, but I just don't know when. We gonna see. Oh, you already made a little grave for it. We love you, Chose. So sad. You did a great job making that rectangle, babe. That was like so nicely done. That was so beautifully done. Give me a kiss. Thank you. I love Chose. So sad. That's all for today's vlog, y'all. I know it was a super Debbie Downer, but I wanted to make sure I dedicated a whole video to Chosen. And y'all got to see Chosen be laid to rest and, you know, so. But all right, y'all, that's the end of today's video. I will catch y'all next time.